The Owen James Report is brought to you by
Lasco Cambio. Lasco Cambio from Lasco Financial Services. Everyday financial value. Need foreign currency fast and want to get the most competitive rates? The best place to go is Lasco Cambio. We even have a drive-through Cambio service, safe and convenient. And did I mention fast? Lasco Cambio is the only name you need to know. Plus you can do many other things including wire transfers, bank drafts and bill payments. The only name you need to know is Lasco Cambio. Lasco Cambio from Lasco Financial Services. Everyday financial value.
Good evening. This is the Owen James Report. The Planning Institute of Jamaica is estimating a GDP growth of 1.6% for the March quarter and growth for the fiscal year 2014-2015 to within a band of 1 to 2%. Now, Director General of the Planning Institute of Jamaica, Colin Bullock, expects growth for the current fiscal year to be mainly driven by growth-inducing projects in tourism, energy, and infrastructure. So I asked him whether the 381 megawatt power project was factored into the energy equation for such growth.
That project was not in our baseline projections, and so it was not part of what we're looking at in terms of the 1 to 2% for next year. In any event, in terms of the project, my understanding, and I mean one can't really sign off on this yet because the new oversight committee has not yet met. But my understanding is that it is still the intention to advance in terms of the issuing of a license and to have construction activities start later in this year. And the intention is still to have that project, at least a generation of electricity from that project up and running by 2016.
The inflation rate for April fell by 0.3%, which the Statistical Institute describes as the lowest since July 2012. Statin attributes the 22-month low inflation rate to a decline in the Consumer Price Index for the division housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels. The fall in this division was moderated by a 4% increase in the index for the group water supplies and miscellaneous services related to the dwelling. Statin attributes this 4% increase to hikes in water and sewage rates in April. On the foreign exchange market, the benchmark American dollar gained 10 Jamaican cents, closing at a new record high average selling rate of $110.85, whilst the Canadian dollar strengthened by 22 cents Jamaican to close at $101.98. However, the British pound weakened by 3 Jamaican cents to close at an average selling rate of $185.93. Gains by key stocks such as D&G, NCB, Sagicor Group and Scotia Group ensured modest advances in the Jamaican stock market indices. The main JC index advanced by 84 points or a tenth of 1%. 27 stocks traded, with 11 advancing, 8 declining and 8 holding firm. The winners included Caribbean Cement, D&G, JMMB, Lasco Manufacturing, Mayberry, NCB, Sagicor Group and Scotia Group. The losers included Caribbean producers Siboney Group, down 16.6%, the day's big loser, Hardware and Lumber, and Kingston Wharves. In company news, the Grace Kennedy Group is reporting unaudited net profit of $941 million for the March quarter. That's 21% better than the $776 million recorded for the corresponding period last year, when such profit was made on the back of a 13% increase in revenue to $18.2 billion. Now, before we go, an apology for yesterday's story on the IMF meeting between the finance minister and the fund. That meeting is tomorrow. Yesterday we erroneously said it was for today. We apologize for that error. I'm Owen James.
The Owen James Report was brought to you by
Lasco Cambio. Lasco Cambio from Lasco Financial Services. Everyday financial value.